I see this comment here as well too. You know what? Why don't we do that really quick? New record! That was awful. I need to drink more water. That was terrible. For stage or floor 25 of the battle tower. This is the new battle tower in the event. This just unlocked, I think, last week. The last 5 floors of the battle tower. We are fighting against the A-rejector. So for folks who have not played against the A-rejector before, this guy is a butt. He does a ton of magic damage, and you need to come in with some kind of either magic attack debuff or a magic defense buff to make sure that you're reducing the amount of damage you're taking from his effects. And on top of all of that, just to really stick it to you, he also comes in and puts doom on you, meaning that you have a timer, which is just rude. So the easiest way to handle this is one of 2 ways. You do have to use Tifa in this fight. So that is an important thing to note. This is a required character for this fight. So if you have pulled Tifa's wind weapons and you have access to her leather combat gloves, that's the easiest way to do it. Oh, we can't do Cloud because it's magic attack debuff. Gasp. Yep. Okay. Change of freaking plans. We're using Yuffie. We're using Yuffie. So Yuffie got her diner tray as one of the options. So that comes in, it's physical attacking, right? You want to make sure that you're playing into the bonuses that we're receiving. So we're getting a physical attack buff, and we're also getting a wind potency buff, and Tifa's got to be in the party, right? All those things have to be correct. So we're bringing in diner tray. Her offhand weapon, it can be really whatever you want it to be at the end of the day. I think the Rocker's guitar, giving everybody exploit weakness, is very good. This is even very good at OB0. It's a great option. If you don't have that available though, and you do have something like the Spire or the Magic Shuriken, this does attack and wind potency, which is a good option as well. I'm gonna throw on Rocker's guitar just for fun. We're gonna give Yuffie our Zantetsuken because she's gonna be our primary wind damage dealer. Since she's our primary wind damage dealer, I'm gonna have her grab all of our wind potency materia. And then for sub weapons, we're just gonna give her anything that we have available for wind potency to help maximize her wind damage, right? So I've mentioned before that short barrel is a great option. If you don't have this at OB10, the Shinra military sword is also a very good option. It does 31 physical attack and 52 wind potency at level 120, getting her to that level 8 break, which is awesome. And then she's just gonna come in with both of our physical attack ability or physical ability potency weapons, which are gonna be the enemy launcher and the Mad Minute, Lucia's Mad Minute. That's gonna really, and this is before Memoria, by the way, with 18,000 HP, 9,000 attack, pretty solid, right? This is without her outfit. I'm going in without the outfit. Now Tifa, since I don't need magic defense down anymore, I'm actually gonna have her come in with either the Shining Gloves, which does a physical and magic attack decrease, solid option, right? Or you can come in with Tiger Fangs, which just does a magic attack decrease. Either way, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. They both do the same thing. I don't think this thing has a physical attack to hit us with. I think it's all magic, and I think it's immune to physical attack down. But whichever one you have access to at a higher overboost, if you have Tiger Fangs at OB6, this is a great option, and this gives crit potency for her new weapon. So this is a great offhand weapon for her new weapon. So at this point, she's really doing a magic build at this point, so we're just gonna give her magic ability potency, even though she's not really gonna utilize it. And then I'm treating Tifa here as a support. So we're gonna give her an X Sigil boost in this slot because it wants X Sigil boost, right? So we're gonna give her this one. And then I want her to buff up my Yuffie stats, right? And I want to make sure that we're trying to survive. So we're going to do physical attack all allies, we're going to do attack all allies, and we're going to do magic defense all allies. So whichever one gives us the biggest bang for our buck, we're going to do this Bahamut Greatsword because it gives some physical ability potency. Doesn't really matter to us at the end of the day. Everything works the same. Just pick whichever is the highest of the attack all allies. She already has an attack all allies here, right? So this isn't necessary. You can probably even do a second physical attack all allies weapon. This is probably better. And I think it probably is. Goes from 14% to, yeah, just do 2 physical attack all allies weapons. That makes more sense. And then 1 magic defense weapon. Doesn't really matter which. Just take that and we run. Okay, so there's Tifa. So now what are we missing? We are missing physical defense down. We are missing wind resist down. And we're missing a physical attack buff. And lucky for you, there is one character that does all of those things at the same time. And it is Aerith. It's Aerith. Bad. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. No, it's Aerith. It's Aerith. She's the only one that's got access to wind resist down with her floral wand. And obviously the physical attack up. If you do not have Kimura Wand, which I know a lot of people don't, you do have this, right? This is still even at OB0, right? Which is what we all have access to. It's still a +2 magic defense buff and a +2 physical attack buff to your entire team. The reason why that's important, remember, is that Tifa's weapon increases that, right? Even at OB0, she still increases this to high, right? So you don't need to have that at OB6. She's going to increase it to high for you just by using this, right? So just to prove the point, I'm going to use that. We're going to give Aerith her exchange ultimate weapon. We're going to give her Breath of the Earth just so we have access to a decent heal. And then we're going to give her all magic defense materias, making sure that we put an X materia on here somewhere. We're probably just going to put it here. This will work. This is a win materia slot. Ideally, we want Aurora Blow because we're using physical here. So let's do this one. And then this last slot, we want our highest cure because right now we don't have a heal. So now we have access to a heal. Same thing here for Aerith and her offhand stuff. We're going to give her a physical attack all allies weapon, an attack all allies weapon, and a magic defense all allies weapon. Same exact thing, right? So whatever our highest one is, then whatever our highest one is, and then whatever our highest one is. And there's our hashtag squad. Now, I am not using outfits. I'm not using anything crazy here. My Zantetsuken is only at level 6. This is not very high. I'm not using any outfits at all. Obviously, you can see that Yuffie's attack's gone all the way up to 12,000 at this point. And again, this is before Memoria, right? So now we're going to go to our Memoria. We're going to equip the Memoria of Bahamut Sin. This doesn't really do anything for us in terms of like what these things do, right? Because this is not a summon and we're not using ice damage. But it gives us 150 magic defense and 1,000 attack, right? And what that does is that takes our what seemingly was pretty low stats and jacks it up to 15,508 magic defense, 10,561 magic defense, 11,571 magic defense, which should be fine. So now we have a magic attack debuff, we've got a wind resist debuff, we've got a physical defense debuff, we've got Enfeeble with Tifa, who's going to help us keep our buffs on, and then Yuffie's just here to do damage. She's just here to hurt people, right? So let's hop into it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're immediately going to hit with the upper shot. That should go off before the Doom goes off, get the -3 magic attack. Doom doesn't do damage, it just applies the status effect. So you don't have to go into defense mode here. Increase everybody's defense, put exploit weakness on. And now what we need to do is we need to immediately start debuffing. And now we can actually put this back on because we need a little bit more magic defense. Tifa is just going to use skill 1 on cooldown. Let's put the magic attack back down so we don't take too much damage. It's going to put its defenses back up. That's okay. We're going to knock them right back down. Aerith's just going to keep using her skill 1. Now this next one, we're going to use Aerith's skill 2 just to get our magic defense back up. But as you can see, this is already almost done. We can even activate overspeed here. Switch to defense mode. We take the invoke curse. I could have activated the thing earlier, and this would have been over already. But now we just wait here, use this one attack, and it's down. Piece of cake. Obviously, I have OB10 weapons everywhere, but like the truth of this is that the one thing you need is the Enfeeble. Tifa keeps your attack buffs and magic defense buffs up, but it continues to debuff your magic defense. So keep an eye on that bottom left-hand gauge where all your buffs are, and then make sure you reapply your magic defense up with Aerith when necessary, right? If you do have access to it, because I know that some folks do, exploit weakness is not necessary here. You can bring in Bahamut Cutter for Yuffie if you have this one, because this also increases your entire team's magic defense while it's still doing a little bit of damage. So this is also another option. if you have it available. Not really necessary though, right? That obviously we destroyed that. That was not close. So as long as your characters are level 100 and you've got all their streams built out, you should be fine. You should be fine. Because everybody has this diner tray at OB6, by the way. Every single person in the game does. So it should be fine. But yeah, just make sure that your magic defense buffs stay up high. Make sure that you got your extra sub weapons on, right? Make sure you're buffing Yuffie's attack as best as possible and buffing everybody's magic defense, and you should be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Obviously, I can't test it at OB6, but I assume it works because you're getting, look at all these bonuses you're getting for physical attack. It should be fine. Everyone should be able to clear it.